Buzzfeed put out a sob story video titled Heartbreaking Confessions of Undocumented Immigrants. How am I supposed to have empathy towards someone who broke the law and faced no consequences? But obviously this is just a ploy by another left-wing media pawn in favor of the Clinton campaign to stir up support for illegal immigrants. Because more Hispanics voting historically means more Democratic votes. To pass this off as empathetic for Hillary Clinton is absurd considering that she laughed on tape about getting a child rapist a lighter sentence.
He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
And it doesn't help BuzzFeed that when one of their reporters, Ruby Kramer, was at an off-the-record meeting/dinner at the Clinton campaign's chairman, John Podesta's house. Anyways, I'm not going to get into the statistics that show how illegal immigrants tend to commit more crime, or that an overwhelming amount of illegal immigrants are on government support. However, before the video starts, can we all take note that the title of the video is Undocumented Immigrants? Why is the political correctness gone so far that we can't even call illegal people here illegal? The government has stated that 11 million illegal immigrants are currently in the United States. How do we know that? Because they're on documents. Why are they called undocumented? They're on documents, they're just not on legal documents. Therefore, they're illegal immigrants.
I'm working 12 hours a day, getting $6 an hour because I'm undocumented. Still, people say that I'm a terrorist.
For your first point, obviously you're going to be paid less. What do you expect? The government can't help you because illegally you aren't a person. And if we're going to compare the minimum wage in Mexico to the United States, you aren't even paid that poorly. $6 a day compared to slightly over $4, that's a 66% pay increase. However, if you came here legally, you would have made way more, but that's common sense. And for the part about terrorism, unless your name is Abdul and you're originally from Syria, I don't think anybody would consider you a terrorist. Freeloader, maybe, but terrorist, no.
I've been living in constant fear of deportation for 13 years now.
The naturalization process requires you to be a citizen for 5 years. Unless you coming here would have pushed the immigration limits for that year, or you had something to hide, I don't understand why you'd have to break the law. It is currently $680 to apply for U.S. citizenship. Say you work a slightly above minimum wage job in Mexico and you get $5 a day. It would only take you around 136 days to apply, assuming that all of your other expenses were paid for by a relative and that you had $0 in your bank account at the time of starting.
I've been here since I was 4. America's all I know. Now I'm terrified of being sent back to a country I don't know.
I hate to sound non-empathetic, but this is entirely the parents' fault. There are tragic stories when the mom murders the dad or vice versa, and then the kids are left by themselves with no parents. This is one of those situations, but if you let one person stay, then others are going to try to do the same thing. Kind of like the story if you give a mouse a cookie, in a way. Obviously, people are already abusing this because there are currently almost 300,000 anchor babies in the United States, and even though this isn't an anchor baby situation, considering that they said that they came here when they were 4 years old, it's still similar in a way and it should be treated the same exact way.
I've been feeling depressed because I don't know if my hard work is going to amount to anything since I'm undocumented.
I find it really funny how they use the most dramatic and depressing stock video footage and music to emphasize their point that these are really good people and you should accept them for who they are. But on the part where you don't think you're going to get very far with your success and hard work, I mean, other people have easily been able to abuse the system. Are all of a sudden you really moral and you don't want to take advantage of anything? Because, I mean, you've already sort of done that. What's the point of stopping now?
I hide my undocumented status from my significant other because I don't want him thinking I'll use him to get a green card.
This isn't an unheard of case. There are forums and many pages and events that significant others have used their partners for green cards to get into the United States. This sounds like a you problem and not really an illegal immigrant problem in general. And I don't get why this would be classified as heartbreaking. Can't you just get a new boyfriend or girlfriend? I don't see the big deal.
I would cry myself to sleep because people thought I was a bad person for not having documents. I'm not a bad person.
This person has really bad priorities. They could be sent back to their country at any moment and they're choosing to care about what other people think of them. And yes, not every person that comes here illegally is a bad person. I mean, they're all criminals because they came here illegally, but I'm sure not all of them are going to commit violent crimes. It's statistically impossible. However, many of them do commit violent crimes, and that's why people like Donald Trump are really popular.
If I would have stayed in the country I came from, I would have already been dead by now.
Looks like we have Nostradamus over here predicting the future. How would you know this? I mean, even if you lived in a very dangerous state like Venezuela, which is socialist, but that's not the point. Even if you live there where it's really dangerous, how would you know if you would die or not? Plus, you also could have fled south to a different Latin American country that also speaks your language. You didn't have to come to the United States of America. According to many researchers, the United States is less safe than some other countries, but they don't have welfare, so I get what your point is.
I've always wanted to join the military and fly a fighter jet, but I can't even enlist because I'm undocumented.
Then go back to your own country and join their military. Boom, problem solved.
I feel like no one understands all the secrets I have to hide, and I struggle to make friends because of it.
Oh my god, they picked another stupid person. Okay, so you could be sent back at any time. Do you understand that? Why do you care about making friends and keeping secret? That's like a generic person. Everybody has secrets, and some people tend to not be able to make friends easily. This isn't an undocumented immigrant, quote-unquote, problem. It's just a fucking human person problem.
I refuse to let my undocumented status define who I am.
Okay, good for you. And you should probably talk to a few of the other people in this video because they seem oversensitive about stuff. And yes, being illegal won't define you, but being a rapist doesn't define a rapist. I mean, it kind of does, but, you know. And those were Buzzfeed's heartbreaking confessions. Even though half of these weren't really confessions, they were just everyday problems that people had. They just happened to be criminals. But, I mean, what do you really expect from Buzzfeed, so... yeah, like, subscribe if you like this video. If not, dislike it. Don't really care. Did it for fun. See you guys in the next video.